Hey, dads. Welcome back to I'm Sorry, Dad podcast.
Do you think dads listen to this?
No. I bet like 1% of our listeners are dads.
I think my dad listens to it.
There we go.
Yeah, and he's just making sure that every episode you don't fuck me because I'm, recording with a 33-year-old man. You know?
I don't quite get that. 33-year-old men fuck dudes?
23-year-old boys.
Oh.
Well, not all 33-year-old men. Just you.
Okay. On this episode, we got a good episode today with Drew Lynch from America's Got Talent and stand-up comedy, and he's got dog vlogs on the YouTube. So you're going to enjoy that. I wanted to say, Brandon, I just wanted to tell you.
Go ahead.
That Drew will be on my stand-up show at the Hollywood Improv December 6th.
Oh, you're telling me this, but not the thousands of people listening?
It just happens to be recording.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No,
That's
just go ahead and tell me then, yeah.
Yeah, and then also...
Everybody else shut your ears. This is just for me to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone listening, just turn off the podcast because this is just for me.
Absolutely. You know who else has said he's going to do the show?
Who?
Jamie Kennedy. You know him?
Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah.
From the Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
You got it. And from Malibu's Most Wanted. Scream. He was in Scream.
Oh.
That was a good movie.
Nice. He was in Scream 4 as well.
Was he?
He was. It's a good film.
He didn't die in Scream 1?
No.
Was he really in Scream 4?
Oh, no. He wasn't. That was David Arquette.
Funny you mentioned that. David Arquette's doing my show.
Oh, shit. Okay.
No, just kidding. But December 6th,
Courtney
Hollywood...
Cox.
Don't interrupt me.
Courtney Cox.
Cox.
Cox. It's pretty sweet.
December 6th, Hollywood Improv. Drew Lynch, Jamie Kennedy, and your boy, Radoon. And I'll be putting more names up there as well. What else? Oh, yeah, we got a YouTube page.
We have a YouTube channel
If you're watching it, that means you already know. But for most of you still listen on iTunes, so check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. It is youtube.com/I'm Sorry Dad. So check it out. It's a super riveting video. It's like 3 people sitting down talking.
In a stagnant shot that doesn't move.
Yeah.
And the quality is very low.
But...
And people sometimes look at the camera a lot of the time. And it's all right.
I mean, you're not really selling this very well.
Oh, sorry. Fuck. Let's just do it over.
All right. Welcome to I'm Sorry Dad podcast. Oh, that's funny. It's so funny. So yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll get better equipment. We'll start making money in the pod. We should sign to a network. We should talk about that. But what will help us get better equipment is if you keep rating and reviewing the pod, tell a friend, subscribe to YouTube. I just submitted us to Spotify, which I believe will be accepted because we are who we are and we're amazing.
Huh. I mean, you do have a statue over there, that says world's greatest person ever.
Yep. So do all that. Subscribe to our YouTube, youtube.com/I'm Sorry Dad. Check me out December 6th at the Hollywood Improv. And what else? Rate and review the pod.
Yes.
And also follow us on social media. BJ Calvillo.
Yep.
And Rydoon. Enjoy this episode with Drew Lynch. Yeah. Our guest today, none other than comedian Drew Lynch.
Sorry.
Drew, thanks for being here.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course. I just watched all of your America's Got Talent content.
Oh, man.
Just this morning. Gotta say, can't believe you went that far in the show. Not funny.
Ow.
JK.
Ow. It feels like I'm doing a podcast with my parents. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. No. Thank you for the insult. No, super funny. Very endearing. Are you getting tired of people saying you're so likable?
No. I mean, that's
Yeah, I want people to say they hate me.
yeah, I mean,
What the fuck?
I guess it's better than the alternative, but yeah, I think people say that a lot just because my speech is something that is open myself to being susceptible to vulnerability, and so using that on stage, I guess that can be a strength as much as it can be a weakness. So I think the key is to be vulnerable on stage, but not vulnerable in relationships. That's how you don't get hurt, and that's how you succeed, I think.
All right, so you're nice on stage and then a complete closed-off asshole to girls.
To bitches.
To
bitches.
To all the bad bitches. That's my problem.
And speaking of being likable and stuff. And I saw on AGT that you said in the first episode, like, I used to be a jerk.
Right.
So you used to be kind of an asshole?
Yeah, that's actually kind of a true thing. Like, it's not that like I was a bad person, but I think just the way that I used humor was a little bit different. It didn't have, and it was a different prerogative. Like I used to, like growing up, I used to people use it for all different kinds of reasons, but for me, it was just to kind of isolate other people, so as to put the attention on them by making them feel, insecure or lesser, by poking fun or it's like bullying, I guess, in a way. But that way, no one could really make fun of me for whatever I was dealing with when I was in school. So it was kind of interesting to have the injury that I had happen to me. Happened just because it was such a humbling thing, since I lost a lot of the functionality of my motor skills when that happened. So that's why I talk the way I talk now. And that leaves you with a very apparent thing to address in the room or with anybody. And that's a good way to... I don't know. It's changed. Now, by me saying, "Oh, I can make fun of myself, or I can point out this insecurity," then it's no longer, by means of someone at the expense of someone else's feelings.
Right. And so, Brandon, you probably don't know. Wait, scoot closer to me, buddy.
Oh man, you guys are so cute, man.
He always says this on the couch, and
Is
it's a little
This is
strange
weird,
to me.
man.
He says,
That's
just
weird.
get a little closer.
I thought I saw this couch before. This was the one that was in his casting office.
You got
and-
it.
Yeah, dude.
You got
that
it.
was how
See
I
the
got.
stains?
That was how I got this gig.
With that said, please take off your top. Great. Now turn around. Now slowly pull down your underwear. Oh, can you tell I've seen these videos? Whoopsie.
Whoop, doop, doop, doop.
Guys want to watch porn right now?
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I mean,
This just cuts to just the rest of the podcast is just us hearing us jerking off, watching porn.
Yeah, dude.
That's
I,
the rest of
I
it.
have kind of like a silent jerk off. Like it's not like a loud one. I don't think.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, mine's kind of like I don't.
It's like a church mouse.
Yeah, like I don't want. Yeah, like God. I don't want God to. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, man.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah, mine's just like a thunderous train running through the state, like,
Dude.
Yeah. I've heard Brandon jerk off before, and it's just a lot of screaming.
Dude, I've jerked him off before. and
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
dude, it was so. It was like a like people were moshing, and it was.
It's crazy. Like bats just come out of nowhere.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
just start
that.
flying
I
around.
remember that. That was a
Wow.
weird, it was
Yeah.
a weird cave.
Tornado happens outside. There was a tornado that happened in
You
Arizona.
can kind of summon
fuck.
natural disasters with your genitals. I think that's crazy, man.
That's
yeah.
you?
Yeah, that's me. I caused Katrina.
Wow, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's not very nice of you. Anyways,
That wasn't.
Oh, I didn't mean to, but I just had to do it that day,
because you were really horny. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
it. I get it.
It's not my fault what happens to the world once
Fact-
I pound it out.
In fact, I jerked off right before you guys came, right where Drew's sitting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just
dude,
kidding. Just
dude,
kidding.
that's why it's tough to get up.
yeah.
I actually heard that semen's very good for your skin.
Yeah,
that-
you've been talking about that a lot lately.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
really- he actually
yeah.
has.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I feel like I have to talk about it because I've been doing it for the past couple weeks.
Do you like jerk off hanging upside down?
Yeah.
Just like lift your head up.
Oh
Well,
no,
if
I don't
you-
use my own.
well,
I
if
don't use. Can't use your own.
Jason's.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
you can't use your own.
No, I can't use my own. And also with Jason's, I mean, I feel like you're dancing around the elephant in the room. Rye jerks off on my face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're up next.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we've gotten
Yeah.
off on a jerk off
Yeah,
tangent.
okay.
I want to talk more about Drew
Okay, sorry.
behind his
sorry.
back. So please
Right.
leave and go
okay,
jerk off.
Yeah, sure, man.
Go jerk off in the bathroom.
All right, someone summon me, Brandon. Summon me.
Summon you?
Summon me because I'm a natural disaster. So just summon me.
Bats flying.
Yeah. Tornado.
So I wanted to tell Brandon that you probably don't know how Drew got the stutter. Do you?
No, I don't.
Drew, can you tell us?
Dollar Tree.
Are you,
I bought it. No, I was playing a shortstop on a softball team like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and a grounder hit me in the throat, from which I fell and hit my head, and I had a concussion with a vocal contusion, and I went to sleep on the concussion, and then I woke up I woke up the next day, and so now I have a career. So there it goes.
so it was kind of a combination of a bruise in your vocal cords and concussion.
Yeah, so I damaged a lot of the nerves in my vocal cords, so I have nerve damage, and it was mostly the concussion that because when you're not they always talk about don't go to sleep on a concussion. You can go into a coma, or you can lose a lot of your memories or motor skills or just whatever. So
did you know you had a concussion?
No,
you didn't know.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have made the conscious decision to go to sleep. But I definitely did not know I was. So they sent me home. And I went to sleep, and then the next day, like I don't remember much of, but my roommate like rushed me to the hospital, and he was saying that I was pretty incoherent in what I was saying.
Wait, so you went to the doctors and they sent you home?
No, I didn't go to the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, like several different specialists come see me. So I had like speech pathologists, therapists. There was like neurologists and stuff like that because it's not at all certainly a common injury. So that was it. So it was funny because I moved out here to do like acting. So I wanted to do like that and stuff, and I had done like some Disney shows and stuff like that. So
this is before the injury?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Nice.
And then when that happened, like my agent and manager at the time, they dropped me, and they were like,
they
can't.
Dropped you?
Yeah, they were like, we can't. Yeah, well, they weren't like they weren't like holding me.
No, I know. I was like,
they dropped me and made the stutter worse.
Yeah, made it way worse. It was 2 concussions in an hour. No, they were. What's up, kitty? They were.
Raya's a cat that runs rampant. Sorry, I just figured I needed to explain that. What's up, kitty? So it's not like
oh yeah,
just random. What's up, kitty? Just random.
Sorry. I just got a match on Tinder.
What's up? Your name's Kitty.
Yeah. So they were like, we couldn't represent you anymore. We can't represent you anymore. You don't have the control of your voice, and nobody wants to represent someone who is disabled, I guess. So I was like, damn.
Yeah,
that's fucked up, man.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So were you like super angry at the world after the injury?
Yeah, I was. I was pretty devastated just because like acting was all that I wanted to do ever since I was a kid, and so when I would always talk very fast. I was very loquacious. It's a good word.
Wow, I've actually never heard that. What does that mean? Just talking fast?
I don't know.
It means fixing your car.
Okay, can we edit Brandon questioning me out, please? Okay. So I was very talkative, and that was it forced me to kind of become like I was definitely grew up very extroverted, and now I would say I'm very introverted and not as not as
loquacious.
Loquacious. There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't seem introverted. You seem pretty extroverted. Is that what you said?
Well, this is a podcast.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's funny. I can tell you're kind of an introvert. Just even though we were at a comedy club and like we're not really allowed to talk.
Right.
But I was like, I think Drew might be kind of shy, and I asked our buddy Vinny Fastline.
Yeah.
I was just asking about you. He was like, "Is Drew shy?" He was like, "Nah, not really." And I was like, "Oh, I guess he hates me."
Yeah. I did. I mean, you guys are both right, but no. He. Yeah. I just like if I'm like with like friends or whatever, like just hanging out or whenever, obviously chatty then. But like I just mean like I think what elicits someone to chat with another person who they do not know. I think that's or just be friend. Like I'm not. Yeah. I'm just. I guess I'm just very insecure. Probably pretty. Still. I'm not as insecure certainly as I used to be, but just insecure a little bit about situations that I don't. That are. Which is why like comedy's so scary. Is just because you don't know how it's going to end up, and by forcing yourself to do it, it makes inevitably your comfort zone grow.
But what I meant by the introvert, like you don't seem introverted, is that because you do stand up, don't you?
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like you have to be sort of not outgoing, but you have to have a certain level of confidence on the stage in order to do that.
Yeah, but I think it's.
I understand there's a difference between like getting on there and then getting off. I know it's totally different, but like
sure.
Like I can't do stand up because I I don't have
You're
as
not funny.
yeah, and also I don't have confidence in the getting up there. You know.
Right. Well, it's not even about the confidence so much as it's just about the drive to want to succeed.
Yeah.
You're the drive to propel yourself into something successful or something more is what essentially puts you out there. Like I don't have any confidence really on like I don't want to say I mean I guess you have to have some level of confidence, but I just mean I'm not like wildly confident about that or myself or the experience, but you just have to be crazy enough to be like, well, like for me the way I think about it is when I was told I couldn't act anymore because I couldn't garner representation from anybody, that was when that door became closed. So it became apparent to me that I had to do something else and kind of enthrall myself with it in order to I guess succeed at it, or get to do podcasts.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Is what I mean.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah,
bro.
thanks,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
dude. Great.
It's gonna take off from here, man.
You think?
It's gonna fucking take off from this. Yeah, what was his name? Louis C.K. was on this podcast.
Yep.
Back.
Is that his name? What, are you sure that's his name? Is it Louis? It's the C. It's CK.
Oh, I thought it was
C.
I thought it was
Louis.
Yeah.
Just Louis.
Yeah.
That's weird because I mean they always say CK on his specials.
That's
and
weird.
Just even in the show.
That's weird that they would pronounce so many things incorrectly.
Yeah, I know it's weird. You should get in there and have him change it.
Yeah, for sure. So he did it, and then who else?
He did it. Aziz Ansari did this.
Yeah, I don't
who
know any
else?
of these. I don't know any of these.
There's a
people.
big
Spielberg.
Spielberg did it too.
Even like directors. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
Obama
I don't
was
know
on it?
singers either. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
No?
I don't know singers.
What about Obama? He was on it.
Yeah, he was on it.
This is before the whole thing.
No, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. I know Osama, but I don't know the. I don't know the.
Him too.
He was on it
Yeah.
too.
That guy's the famous Bengali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ISIS was on it.
ISIS.
ISIS is one guy. Oh, that wasn't ISIS. Anyways, those were fun. Those were fun jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought we were gonna run with it for 40 more minutes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you even need an agent to like succeed in Hollywood? Is that? I've had an agent and they don't really do anything.
Well, I wouldn't want your agent, but
Yeah.
I think I think well, honestly, there's some people that do, and there's some people that don't. Like, I think eventually, like, I think Bill Burr gave some advice. He had said that you don't need an agent right now. You need an agent for when someone needs to like manage like your so he was kind of referring to, I guess he didn't have one for a very long time until he started to accumulate a lot of dates and a lot of works and a lot of work and stuff. So then I think that they're helpful in being like starting to manage your calendar and stuff like that. But I am very grateful for my agent. He brings in, I guess, a lot of work in terms of also routing. So if I'm in a place, he'll be like, here's a gig for that's in that area the day before. So
Nice.
here's an additional
awesome.
$30.
And how long have you been doing stand up?
I've been doing about 6 years.
Nice.
Jeez.
Cool.
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 5.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a grind, as you know.
Yeah.
And you're headlining?
Yeah, I headline now. But I was doing colleges before I did America's Got Talent, and those require you to do 45 minutes to an hour also. So they were my first year of getting into colleges, which was ostensibly 6 or 7 months after my injury. So I had like no material. So then I submitted to get showcases for these places, which were going to be for the fall afterwards. So 1 year after my injury, I was auditioning for these colleges at these conferences, and so that year was just the busiest year in terms of writing, because if I was going to even get accepted into performing at these colleges, I had to have 45 to an hour.
Yeah, dude. I did a college once, just like not through NACA or not through the conference stuff. It was just a college asked me to perform, and I had like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
but I had to stretch it to 45.
Yeah. So how'd you do?
It was good.
I'm sure you did good.
It was loose and conversational because I had to stretch.
Yeah.
But I also wrote like 50.
It's so loose.
It's like, hello. How are you? I wrote like 15 minutes of a video segment. because I was known for videos.
Right.
So I wrote like a interactive video segment where I talked to myself.
Well,
Stuff I can't really explain it, but
I remember a trick I did was I used to research the school
Yeah.
on the way over, like the trip over.
Yeah.
I would research the school and I would try to riff on like the mascot or try to
Yeah.
like on the piece of trivia that they had or whatever.
definitely.
Do you guys find these are colleges, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys find that colleges are like really hard to do stand up at, considering like
I only did one. It wasn't hard for me. They were cool.
Well,
They were cool?
Ryan's he's talented, so I can't. It's different. I think they are. It's different because you have to have some kind of joke. You have to have jokes that, like, when I first started out, also colleges, like in college kids in their mind, I feel like they're not as open to you unless you have some kind of traction and how established you are.
Yeah.
Like in their mind, comedians are you're either Kevin Hart or you're not.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
and not all college kids, but lots of them can see it that way. So when I first started doing colleges, a lot of people didn't come to my shows because you know I wasn't Kevin Hart. But now now that I'm bigger than Kevin Hart.
yeah. But he was on the podcast too, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but I've done other podcasts though. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well,
I
not
don't
like
know
this.
about Kevin. Yeah, I don't know. But now that I'm just way bigger than Kevin Hart, then things are just
They're just taking off.
yeah. I mean, the college market is really wanting.
So people are coming out to the
The
shows.
college market. No, what I was more asking was more like, do you guys find it hard to? Do you have to censor yourself for colleges because because I mean I just they're so politically correct, colleges in particular.
I think there's a lot of comics that say, like, I think Chris Rock and Jerry both had things where they had said like, oh, I won't do colleges because they're too PC.
Right.
But also those guys are 20 something years older, 30 years than any college kid. So it's gonna be tough to be able to say things that that you can, like, a lot of my material, I guess, has a lot to just do with who I am and the issues that I'm going through with my age or whatever. So it's much more relatable with a 5-year gap or 3 or whatever than than 30.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're 30 years old?
No, I'm 26.
Oh, cool. I thought you said you're 30.
No,
My bad.
they're like the 30-year gap between
Oh, okay.
Jerry Seinfeld and college kids.
Gotcha. So I want to talk about AGT.
Okay.
Was that good times? Stressful? I've been on a reality show and it was not fun.
What reality show did you
It
do?
was called
America's Most Wanted.
yeah. It was
To
called
Catch a Predator.
To catch it. Yeah.
Yep. With Chris Hansen.
Chris
yeah,
Chris Hansen.
we
I always
mentioned-
love that he introduces himself. That's my favorite part about
Yeah.
To Catch a Predator. Is
Yeah.
once he gets it, like
Oh,
he like if they know who Chris Hansen is, they're gonna know when he's interviewing them about how perverted they are. It's not like he's gonna say, "Well, I'm Chris Hansen, and this is whatever," and then they're
Price
gonna
is
be like,
Right.
"Oh my god, yeah."
Yeah.
He always says his name. I think that like before he charges them, like with
Yeah.
with whatever, he always says his name. I think that's just
And
so funny.
Usually they're just like, yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah.
And
Love your show, man.
love you,
yeah,
big
dude,
fan.
huge fan, man.
Dude, can you autograph this really quick?
I touched so many kids to get here, and
Yeah, the audition process for that show is grueling. Yeah, you got to touch a lot of minors. Hey, callback.
hey, wow,
Hey.
dude, this is a great callback. Which
you.
which kind though? Is that open to like the listener probably?
Sorry?
Which kind of
Which-
minor? Because remember you said.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
I was calling back your call.
I blew it, dude.
Dude.
Minors.
I'm just.
Wow, that callback crashed and burned.
I don't know,
coal
man.
miners.
I could have done a college instead of being here. Sorry. So what show did you do?
Yeah, it was called Funniest Wins with Marlon Wayans. Only lasted a season, and I was 1 year into comedy. And I told my manager it was a comedy competition show, like involving video, stand-up, writing, a bunch of all forms of comedy. I told my manager, I was like, I don't think I'm ready for this. It's like
Right.
I have like 8 minutes of material, and like I got to the audition, and there were headliners there. Tiffany Haddish was on the show, who's massive now. Christina Pajitsky, who's headliner. Really, she's big. So I saw Tiffany and Christina there. I was like, what the fuck? It's like,
Yeah.
what am I doing here?
Right.
So I come up, my manager was like, I shouldn't do this. This is gonna be bad. He's like,
Right.
just do it. You'll get a TV credit. That's the hardest thing to do. Get that first TV credit. And then got kicked off first.
Oh no, that's a little hilarious.
I felt a little
They
bit.
didn't even give him the TV credit.
Yeah, I know.
I got it. TBS.
Cool.
It's on my IMDb.
Nice, man.
I felt a little manipulated though.
Yeah?
I got fucked over
Oh,
by a Wayans brother.
oh, dude.
Marlon Wayans fucked me,
Really?
which is cool.
How old were you then?
I was 13. I was a minor. He didn't really, but I felt a little fucked over. I'll tell it real quick. The first challenge was to do stand up on a tour bus, like those sightseeing buses.
Oh,
around here.
dude, that's not fun at all.
Right. It wasn't fun for anybody. I did okay with that, but it was like apparent. It was apparent on the show, like, oh, Ryan's struggling. Let's see how he does in round 2. The next challenge, which was a 2-minute digital short. So I was making my short with Christina Pajitsky. It was super dark, super controversial, but really funny. And Marlon came in to like observe what we were doing so far. He was like, yo, this is really edgy, man. I would highly suggest making it clean. And we're like, oh shit, okay. So we made a PG sketch, not as funny, still funny, but just like so family friendly. Then in front of a studio audience to present our sketches, Marlon came out and he was like, I asked my contestants to make the edgiest sketches they could. So I look at Christina, I was like, oh, well, I'm going home tonight. So I felt a little fucked over.
Wow. Yeah. Well, what's tough is I feel like with like reality TV shows is like they have their agenda
Yeah.
for you from the beginning.
Totally.
So it's kind of difficult to combat that. Like you can't beat the odds when they want to paint you as a certain way. You know what I mean?
And that's why you got so far, because it was like, oh, he's bringing in numbers. Let's have him almost win.
Yeah.
He's people like him. We don't. He's not funny.
Yeah. That's exactly what they did. That's so.
Hey, right. He's our guest. Maybe don't trash him. So
Oh.
hard, yeah.
Oh, right. My bad.
We're sorry. Hey, I'm sorry
Hey,
about
what's up,
that.
man?
No,
No,
just
no.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, I
he
don't
has
know
a
what you
habit
said.
of.
I don't know what you said, but I know.
Oh, okay,
I know
cool.
that I feel super welcome here.
Yeah.
I think what's like for me for being on that show. I personally found it difficult just because you're more campaigning than you are competing, and that sounds kind of
Yeah.
silly, but I just mean for a comedian especially to be able to find something that is funny enough that it advances you, but is middle of the road enough that doesn't offend anyone.
Right.
There's something that's a line that's really difficult to toe, just because, like as comedians, I feel like it's our job sometimes to push the envelope or try to see what we can get away with. And with that show, like I had no idea I would certainly get as far as I had, but like they just, that was what was so tough was like lots of the material that came out on that show was definitely about my voice, because that was all I knew to joke about was just to be, I'll just continue to be self-deprecating in hopes that can, propel me further
Right.
into the competition.
And who was the dude that won? What did he do?
He was a ventriloquist.
Oh,
So,
Jeff Dunham?
Yeah, I lost to Jeff Dunham.
So sorry.
He was on the podcast.
He was so
Yeah,
was he?
was too, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he got
Dude.
on HET.
Yeah, man, you guys. I can't wait till you guys start getting like A-list people.
Yeah.
Um,
Gwyneth Paltrow tomorrow. I don't know.
yeah,
why.
but like A-list, yeah. So
Rachel McAdams after.
so that was what was kind of I guess a challenge for that.
Now, you had a girlfriend on the show at the time.
Yeah.
You are now single, right?
So single now.
Ladies.
Lady, girls, females.
Lady.
All you one.
Lady.
Aunt Dina, I don't know. who I don't know who. What would you say your primary demographic is? Is it
Young
ladies?
girls.
Young girls,
Like
like
teenage
minor,
girls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like minors.
Minors.
Yeah.
Young coal miner women.
young.
About it, yeah.
So what's dating life like for you? I know that like I'm sure after shows girls are like I love you, and that helps. They already know you.
Yeah, but I guess, but it's like it's also difficult just because when you're on the road, like Like if you want to meet someone, like if you want to meet someone and that you genuinely have a good conversation with or whatever,
Yeah.
then that sometimes is more difficult to do. And also, like sometimes some of the people who are like some of the girls who would be old enough otherwise to get into the shows, but they're not because there's an age restriction. So it ends up being like the moms of the daughters
Yeah.
come to the shows. So I'm saying I do really well with moms.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
So you fuck a lot of moms. Cool.
Not that well. That's not what I said. I just said I do really well with them.
They like you a lot.
Yeah, like I don't get into too many timeouts. Is what I mean.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Are you on the dating apps, bro?
No, I'm not. Are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. I had a girlfriend recently.
Oh.
So now I'm just back on, just out of pain.
Oh wow, man.
Just like swipe on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this sounds recent, man.
It is.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about it. On
Oh
the
yeah,
podcast.
he's
Really?
This has been his soapbox for heartbreak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Jo-
Well, give me the abridged.
I just dated a girl for just 3 months, but I fell for her. She fell for me, but she's got a lot of personal life issues.
Right.
She had a traumatic relationship prior to me,
Right.
soon prior to me. And then she was like, I can't do this because I like you so much and I need to work on myself. That sounds like bullshit, but she was like, I can tell I can marry you and I'm not ready for that. She's 26.
Wow. She's 26.
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
Too old for you, probably.
yeah, way too old. I need a coal miner.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Is I was gonna say, oh, dude, don't say that. Like when they say I need to work on my, like just I need to work on myself. It's not you. It's
Yeah.
like they give all the
Yeah,
they give
right.
all of them at the same time. It's not you. It's me. I'm into my career. My heart's broke. I have trust issues. You don't take your shoes off, and then in our apartment, all the stock ones.
Why don't people just go like?
Your penis is really less than average.
Why don't
all
they
the-
just
all the
say
stock.
like, no, it's totally you. I just want to. I need out. Why don't they just say that? Like,
I know.
I would love that if someone just said, no, it's you. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
do you know how much
I gotta
more
leave.
I would love a chick? Like if she was like, I can't do this because you're repugnant. I would be like, I love you. You
Way
can't do
more
this.
now.
I would cry so much harder.
Yeah.
Although I do believe her. I even asked her, "Is like, are you just saying this to let me down easy?" She was like, "No, I really like you." I was like, "Well, then let's do this."
Right, and
She
you
was
did,
like, "I
and you
can't."
did it one last time, right?
Yeah, I was like, "Let's
One
do
less-
this," and I was pointing at a miner in the corner.
Mm.
But yeah, luckily, it all worked out because I got 2 hot minutes about the breakup.
Dude,
Stand
that is what's good. I
Worth
mean,
it.
on a serious note, what I always find. If my personal life is doing well, which it never has. If my personal life is doing well, I feel like stale on stage. But when my personal life is not doing as well, or if I'm struggling like with the imbalance of that, stand up wise, I don't know. It's a perfect conduit for you to be vulnerable or for you to examine possibilities for jokes, like a lot of people say, like I feel like a lot of people will be like, oh, they'll say to me, oh, well, your thing is like you make fun of yourself, or you use like a shortcoming and you write a joke about that. But it's like, well, that's what we should kind of all be doing, is just
Yeah.
like isolating what's different about us or our experiences, and because it's unique only to us. You know what I mean?
Well, if not a shortcoming about yourself, then a shortcoming, or what you think is a shortcoming about, like, the world at large, I guess.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean,
like you're
stand-up is-
talking about shortcomings.
Yeah, yeah, we're talking about a lot of coming this podcast.
Oh yeah,
I think it's like
some
just,
of which you're sitting on. I just
yeah,
had to do that callback.
dude, that's
I'm
right.
sorry.
And then
Hey, you know what, man?
inevitably it's going to be tough to stand up because I'm sticking
'Cause of the stutter.
No,
Oh, my bad.
No. That's I don't know how disabled you think I am, but I can definitely stand up. I was talking about my
can
pants
stand.
my pants are stuck to your my pants are stuck to your semen couch, so I
Right.
can't. Oh man, it dries fast too. I think like ostensibly stand up is complaining. It's all that's so
Yeah.
like even like with like my YouTube channel, I feel like some people will comment and they'll say like, I like his videos or whatever, but I hate that he's always like Like there's always like he's always complaining about something. I was like, that's where fucking comedy lives. Are you insane?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up there and I'm just gonna be like, hey guys, nothing happened at all.
Everything's
this
great.
morning was great. The coffee
Yeah.
this was free. Like it's insane.
It's weird because I feel like a lot of because I mean the demographic on YouTube is typically like teenage girls or boys even, and they're going. I think the reason why they say like why is he complaining all the time is because they're going through so much shit like
Right.
emotionally and physically and
Right.
just like. Yeah, so they want like YouTubers to be. I mean, the trend on YouTube is for people to be like, "I'm positive."
Right,
like,
right.
look, we're eating cake that was
Right.
that's whatever, and or we're doing challenges that are all bleh, like.
Right.
And it's for teenagers because they're going through so fucking
Right.
much that they don't want added on top of that. Like, yeah, man, fuck this, fuck that. Some teenagers do.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid. When I was 14, I would watch stand up. I would watch George Carlin. I would watch Chris Rock, Louis C.K. because I was more like I don't want things to be happy right now because
Sure.
they're not. I would much rather. I find more comfort in knowing that there's people out there that feel the same way I do.
Sure.
And that's what they were touching upon.
Yeah, and
you know?
that's
instead of just trying to like wash it away with like
Yeah.
bubblegum pop, whatever
yeah,
the fuck, you know.
Yeah, splashy kind of. Like it looks like you're unaware, and also like stand up. Like I think what's great about it is that when you are talking about your problems on stage, like people get to forget about theirs for a second.
Yeah,
you
totally.
know that sounds cliche, but that's kind of one of the strengths to it.
Yeah. I've found a difficult balance in like talking about sad things. Sometimes I'll get too sad,
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
You don't-
yeah.
Yeah.
and then I'll hear girls in the audience be like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oops, I went too far."
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you guys. So, how did you guys like transition from? Because you guys are both big Viners, right?
Yeah.
And then, so how? I'm sure you've got this question, but like, how have you like transitioned from since they just decided to end
Yeah.
it? Like, I know you guys have like other big social media platforms, but I just mean like, has that been difficult to be so good at like that thing? And then, I don't know, like,
you know what's funny is that back when it was around, because we both did it for 4 or 5 years.
such a long time.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
and our brains were wired to think of ideas like that,
Right,
that
right.
were like the structure of jokes.
Yeah.
and
In six seconds or whatever.
yeah,
7 seconds.
my whole thought process throughout the day was thinking of different ideas for it.
Yeah.
And once it shut down, it just stopped. I don't think about ideas for it anymore.
Really?
I haven't thought of a Vine idea for months and months and months.
I've never thought of a Vine idea. Like I always saw people do them, and I
Yeah.
saw you guys do them and be really funny at them. And when I watch them, I'm like, I could have came up with that, but
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
can only come up with it after I've seen it done. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought I could think that.
yeah. But so it shut off for me, and I think Rybe for you too.
I think it was shut off for us before it was even shut down.
It wasn't completely shut off. Like it was like kind of starting to like flicker like a light
Right.
before it dies, like a light bulb. But it wasn't like off. But once it shut down, I was just like, okay, I don't have to, and I'm not going to anymore. I mean, what's the
Right.
point?
Right.
But after that happened, I mean, what I do now is on YouTube. I write and direct these little short films that I'm sometimes in. And so I'm trying to do like one of those every couple weeks, and the thought process has changed to that now. Now it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, now what's an idea for one of those, and let's just see
Yeah.
what happens with that. It's just kind of like changing the way that it's almost like changing the structure of what you think about, if that makes sense. Like before, it was like I think about Vine structure, now I'm thinking about that instead. So yeah,
And for me, this past year, I've been doing mostly Instagram,
Oh yeah.
which it's so much harder to grow on Instagram than it was on Vine.
Really?
yeah, oh yeah, dude. On Vine,
Yeah,
you would gain like 10,000 in a day, 10,000 followers.
If you were at a point to where the algorithm was beneficial to you, where you get
Yeah.
on the popular page.
Yeah.
So we were both like at a point where we could post like it
How
still had to be good.
How
but
many followers did you guys have?
he had like 6 million.
I had 6.5 by the end of
Wow.
it. I think, yeah,
I
6.5 million.
I had 3.8.
That is
Yeah.
crazy
And
for
I-
you, Brandon.
I mean, you know what's so funny
I mean,
is
that's
that
cool, man. There's something to be said for second place too, right? But,
no, I mean it was just like because I never felt it ever, because I know a lot of people went to a lot of Viners back when it was huge went to conventions, so they went to like Playlist and where a
yeah.
bunch of their fans would go to meet them. And so I never went to one, and I never experienced the like on a visceral, real level, like
Right.
what it's like to have a lot of people know who you are. And so I don't like when they all went away, like the app. I was just like, okay, because I
Right.
never even experienced what that was like. So I'm like, whatever, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, you'd get recognized in the street though.
I get recognized, but it's not like
Do you get recognized less now?
no. I actually I still get recognized the same amount. It's kind of
really?
weird. Yeah, it's
'Cause
weird.
of YouTube.
It's because of YouTube and because people still like Vine's almost a nostalgic thing for a lot of people now. It's only
Yeah.
been dead for a year.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I had some Vine fans come to a show last night. They told me like we drove from Vegas to see you, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I hope
dude.
you enjoyed my 12 minutes."
Yeah.
But also, they had a sister in town that they were visiting, so I was like,
Oh.
"All right, thank you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's helpful. Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's been like a trying year of like having a huge platform.
Right.
I wish I shouted out my Instagram more, but I need to start doing YouTube, dude. I'm so back and forth on YouTube just because I know it will consume my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, what would you do on there? Like,
Yeah.
I have an idea for like a Rydune show, kind of like a Eric Andre show.
yeah,
I think I can sustain that once a week. And then
Yeah.
also we got this on YouTube, which is totally popping. It started like a week ago. We have like
Wow.
600 subscribers, bro.
Wow. Wow, man.
Our
Wow.
engagement's good. We get like 1,000 views, 600
Wow.
subs.
Wow.
yeah.
I think
Crazy.
this will probably grow if we keep doing it.
Yeah.
But I picture an Eric Andre type show.
Yeah.
And also, I've written so many 1-minute sketches this past year for Instagram. I
Yeah.
can be like, here's a sketch about this.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing that's I think really smart is like a lot of people are very smart at like cross promoting their thing. Like
Yeah.
if they have a YouTube channel, they can be like, and also follow me here for wherever for this
Yeah.
engagement or whatever. You know what I mean?
How many times? So you do the dog vlogs? with
Yeah,
your-
yeah.
With your dog Stella.
Yeah, I do those twice a week.
Okay.
So those are twice a week that I do them, and
What days?
so I upload them on Monday and Thursday, but I film like a few days in advance just because the editing is so
Yeah.
like it takes so long.
Yeah.
And I want it to be. I'm very meticulous when it comes to. And I used to edit them, but then I hired some people to do it now,
Nice.
just because it's so much work.
Yeah, dude.
But like YouTube in a way has paid off more than like anything I ever would have imagined. Because I've only been doing YouTube for like 2.5 years, so it's not a substantial amount of time. And my first year was the same year I did America's Got Talent, so it was kind of nice to be able to have like a small backlog of the videos that I had, where when I was on the show, a lot of that I was able to draw that traffic to there. And then I started the beginning of this year with only less than 300,000 subscribers, and so now we're past like 1 million or something.
Nice,
some
dude.
shit.
Beginning
So-
of this year?
Yeah, the beginning of this year.
And when was America's Got Talent?
2015. So that was
Okay.
so the beginning of 2015. I started my YouTube channel, and again, when you have an idea, you have no idea if it's gonna pick up or take off. Like you just keep doing it, and there were so many times in the first year or year and a half I was doing it where I contemplated like even just quitting because I was just like it's so much work and
Quitting YouTube.
just
Yeah,
stopping doing the videos. And now I guess I'm glad I stayed with it. But
You know, I quit stand up for a month.
really,
I did because I was like, I have to do YouTube. That won't leave me any time for stand up. And it's like I didn't need to. I had like a freak out. I've talked about it on the podcast. But then I did what I thought was my last show at the Improv. I was running the show, and then I realized like it made me so happy.
right?
And I was like, all right, I can't quit.
Yeah, and you gotta be able to do both. Like that's the thing is like you talk about somebody like Louis, who he utilizes all of his platforms. Like he has his own shows, and
Yeah.
these guys, like even somebody like Marin, who his podcast is so huge, but people come out to his stand-up shows because they heard his podcast.
Totally.
People will sometimes come out to my show because they watch our channel, and then people who don't know that I have a channel who come to my stand-up shows, like that draws traffic to the So it's
Yep.
kind of just each thing, and you got to be able to put on several different hats. Like
Yeah, dude.
I feel like 10 years ago, you didn't have to be a hyphenate. You didn't have to be like, oh, you could just be an actor, or you could
Totally.
just be a director. But now, because we are able to control our own content in a way, we have to do that in addition to stand up, in addition
Totally.
to acting, and it's tough.
Yeah, like if you want to be a stand-up comedian these days, you also have to be an editor, a
Yeah.
producer, a
Yeah.
director. You got to know how to fucking run all this equipment, which I don't. This hasn't been recorded.
That's true. Yeah.
But it's good to get to know you.
Yeah. I'm holding up a banana.
But it's everything. I was just talking to Marlon Webb, who's an influencer, last night. I was like, dude, I think I have to either work nonstop or fail. And he was like, yeah, dude. Do you feel that way at all?
All the time. Like I am tired, like just constantly. Like,
Yeah.
and especially with how much I tour. Like it's crazy that I even find time to be able to film my vlogs.
Totally, dude.
Because like last week, for example, I had to go from L.A. to the next night performing in North Carolina, to the next night performing in San Diego, to the next night performing in Boston. So I just went
Jesus.
West Coast, East Coast,
Yeah.
twice, and it just felt like. And you're just the second you start to think like, oh man, I made a good video this week on YouTube, then it's like, okay, well, what about Snapchat? What have you done for in Instagram? Have you come up with a clever tweet? Have you? It's just it's constant. It's incessant.
Yeah.
And my goal is to get as big as somebody like what Ed Sheeran, as big as he is for music. Like, he doesn't have a phone, and he says it's the most cleansing thing ever. And for me, that would be most ideal, is just to be able to be like, oh, I could just do this, and then I don't need to communicate.
Do you drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the mornings. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how you get
In
through it.
the afternoon,
Yeah.
and sometimes at night. All the time at night.
It's all the time.
Yeah, it's
all the
constant.
time at night. Sometimes I wake up, I set an alarm for 3 a.m., have another swig, It's,
I drink occasionally. Why?
Yeah. I'm just wondering, because I've been thinking like I think maybe I need to stop drinking or like drink less, because like the hangovers.
Yeah.
That leads to a non-productive day.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you drink?
Just rubbing alcohol.
That's crazy.
It's
dude.
alcohol.
I mean, it's higher percentage though.
Yeah. Sometimes bleach.
Yeah.
You
I don't know that there's alcohol in
No,
bleach.
he just said that as a cry for help.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You like chase it? Like you do like rubbing alcohol and then bleach,
Chase it with bleach.
Bleach, chase
Yeah,
it.
Bleach.
yeah. You know, one time I almost drank bleach. There was a bottle of bleach in like a Nantucket Nectar's bottle. Maybe that's not a Snapple bottle.
Yeah.
That my mom had. It was just a Snapple bottle, but she did write bleach on it. But I had it.
Wow.
I was like, what kind of Snapple is this? I was like,
Wow.
oh, Jesus. So like,
flavored.
had I not
God.
smelled it, I would have been like, ooh, it's a clear Snapple.
Wow.
So I almost fucking drank bleach, guys.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
guys. Wow, man.
You could have sued Snapple for
Your
that.
mom couldn't have just afforded the abortion. That's crazy.
Right? She tried. It was a little late. But had I drank that bleach, maybe I would have gotten a stutter and things would be better for me.
Wow.
Is that insensitive?
No. I mean, no. It's just a little, it's clear Rice feelings about towards me.
I resent you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Do you bring somebody on the road with you?
Sometimes I'll bring a few buddies, just because, like, first of all, I want to always be able to give like my friends opportunities. You know,
yeah.
like there's a lot of funny people I know that don't have opportunities. So
Yeah.
I feel that's a good thing. And then I also have I have meet and greet lines, so it helps them. They help like with like shirts and merch and like
Nice.
pictures and stuff. So
Lovely.
So yeah.
And yeah, I think we're just about wrapping up. Oh, I have one insensitive question. Pretty sure this is insensitive.
Insensitive. Okay.
Is there a stutterer community out in the world?
Like,
I'm not saying do you go to stuttering conventions, like dwarf conventions?
yeah. Well, I do go.
Wait, there are dwarf
I
conventions?
do go to dwarf conventions.
You just go there.
There is like there's I think it's the NSA, natural. It's the natural it's organic stutter. No, the National Stuttering Association, and
all right,
they
cool.
I've been to a few meetings, and they just kind of have people that talk about like their experiences, and those meetings are particularly difficult for me to go to, just because there's a lot of people there that they're very, I guess I don't want to say they're a little baffled, or they're impressed, I guess, with the fact that I was able to, that I made like a positive thing that people struggle with all day, every day.
Right.
And it feels just like a lot of pressure to me to be able to be like, why do this and this, and there's there's adults who have it, there's kids who have it, so it's just but it's a pretty cool community, and I have a lot of like speech people who come out to my shows, and they'll give me
Nice.
but which is nice, but it's also like, please don't, I don't need you to fix me, like I'm fine, like I'm
Oh.
good with the way I am.
Oh, you're
but
saying like speech people who
there are
like,
people who stutter who come to my shows, but
Okay.
there are also people who are like, I'm a speech pathologist, and
Oh.
you should try breathing this, and I'm like,
Oh,
da 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 da
Jesus.
da da. Don't.
I'm sure you've heard it all before.
Yeah. So no, that's not insensitive at all.
Okay, cool. I'm just a curious boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super offensive to dwarves, but not to me.
All right, cool. So stand up. Let's close it out. You're going to be on my show December 6th at the Hollywood Improv.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
December 6th. It'll be this was my early Christmas present from Rye Dune. He was like, "Hey man, do you want to come? Do you want to come talk to some foreigners?" There were a lot of people from out of the country at the last show, so
Yeah, they weren't great.
quite a language barrier, which I'm already prone to there being a language barrier. So it was they did well for.
You fit right in.
I fit. So I'll come watch the show on December 6th.
Oh, cool. You'll be in the audience.
I will be in the audience.
All right, cool. And this time I had a scheduling conflict. I'll give you more than, I think, only 10 minutes.
I
But
don't care.
I'll give you like 11 minutes, bro.
Dude, I'll be able to get in another setup.
Yeah. no punchline. But where can people find you? You're at the Drew Lynch on everything?
I am. I'm you want to find me right now. I'm in Rye's apartment.
Yeah.
And it's in the greater Los Angeles area. So
Please help.
Want to find? Yeah.
Please find me.
Yeah. If someone could come untie this rope, that'd be great. There's a gag ball that I think he'll be using,
And the semen that you're sitting in.
Yeah. Well, that's really the adhesive that's been keeping me here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can follow me on my social media. It's the Drew Lynch like on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It's someone took Drew Lynch, so I had to be, all right, the.
Bastards.
It's not,
Yeah.
The
it's-
Drew
and
Lynch.
it's not the either, because the seems
Pretentious.
yeah.
The Drew Lynch.
The-
Drew Lynch.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna upload this on Wednesday. So where are you going to next? Like stand up?
I'm going to Erie, Pennsylvania, because my agent hates me. So I'm gonna go there, and then the week after that, I'm in Canada. So that'll be
Nice.
fun. So yeah,
Canada.
Canada.
Dope sauce.
Cool. Well,
Can
thanks.
you guys do me, because you guys are both very character driven? Can you guys both do your best accent? Like, what's the best accent that you could do?
Brandon actually doesn't do a lot of characters.
I
so
don't do
Really?
Let's
much
hear
of
it.
any. Hey, my name is Vlad, and I go to the place where my friend
That's good.
made
Nice.
sex to my
Dude.
mother's goat.
Really good Jamaican.
Yes,
Um.
I come from Jamaica. I don't fucking know.
Really good.
And
Yeah.
I really like to do a over the top British accent.
Oh, please.
It's like, hello, hi, have you enjoyed your water? I'm funnier than you.
No, they're both good. It's the face that you made when you do the accent.
Hello. One time I went to a concert. I was 21, and I used a British accent to hit on girls. Not that intense. I was like, "Ski."
And it worked.
It worked.
Oh, I'm sure it worked.
It's kind of gross, but I made out with 7 girls that night.
Wow.
Isn't that gross?
They were also British.
They were also minors.
Wha- oh,
All right,
And we
that's
tied
the
it back.
I'm Sorry Dad podcast, guys.
That's a sick callback. 3 callbacks in
Three,
one show,
three.
dude. I mean, the same callback.
It's the same.
Count
It's
it.
the same. I count it.
Well, Drew, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, bro. Pounding it.
Nice.
All right, that's it.
That's.
Thank you for listening. Assuming we upload this.
Thank you for Thank you for being. If you're Thank you for having their ears.
What are you gonna press delete right there, Brandon?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to press the trash icon.
You know,
Do
all right, it's just space bar.
Space bar? All right.
Control
And-
paste.
Wait. Let's all say I'm sorry, Dad, on the count of 4.
Oh shit! Can I get I need a head start. So you on the. I'm gonna go on 2. I'm gonna go on 2.
All right. 1.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad.
That counts. I'm sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.